Hi, I'm Elena, and I'm an accredited Kinder Music Certified Kaleidoscope Educator Facilitator.
I'm Ramona Brooks, and I am the coordinator for the Family Friend and Neighbor Care Program.
Hi, I'm Natasha Alexander, and I am a parent specialist with CCRC.
And we work for Child Care Resource Center.
So a typical day as a parent specialist, well, we answer the phones and help families to find and locate quality child care. We also educate them on the importance of quality child care and then any other little parenting questions that they may have. And for me, I also help with a little Kinder music and sometimes do a little kaleidoscope play in my classes as well.
In my position, what I do is I do the Kinder music and the kaleidoscope, but also I'm working on systemic change in our county, and so I'm working with coordinating and collaborating with other organizations that help with families birth to 5. We are going through a planning stage now of talking about what needs to be done in order to help make systemic change take place in our county, and then what steps we need to go forward and in that effort.
While doing Kinder Music, I plan the activity lesson for the month and then prepare the material that we're going to be using in the classroom. Also making sure that our space is felt like a safe space for our families and children to come in and enjoy their activities together.
So the reason I am here at Child Care Resource Center is because I absolutely love, adore, and magnify children. They give me so much joy. Doing this job here at Child Care Resource Center, coming from being a former preschool teacher, has just been the best work that I could ever do. Having that experience in the classroom, I get to use that experience with helping the families when they're looking for care. I get to tell them what it is they need to see, what it is they can still be doing at home, even when their kids aren't in childcare, because childcare right now is a desert and there are not enough childcare spaces for our children. So being able to give those families something to look forward to and things to do when they're already at home is just the best satisfaction that I can get. I love kids, and I love seeing the milestones, and I love seeing their little faces light up when they get some information. So being able to do this job has just been a great joy, and just, I don't know, just a godsend. And also I love that our bosses, Katura and Gina, will put us in situations that will not only help our families, but will also help us. Kinder music was not in my scopes, it was not in my light, I didn't know anything about it, but when I was put into it, I loved it, I embraced it, and now I am so happy that I get to explore music and movement and development and how it helps with, just making young children ready for school, life, and whatever it is that they're going to do. My passion is great.
I love this work because I like working with families, right? I like working with the parents. My background is working as a parent educator and as a family engagement coordinator for the school system, and then I've looked at imprints cares in that position, so I've gone into the homes. But I know what the struggle is for a young parent. I know what the struggle is for parents, and trying to advocate so that they get the supports that they need, because parenting today is really hard. And I want parents to know that you are enough, you are doing the best that you can with what you've got, and that we're out here trying to make sure that you have the support and the resources that you need to be successful in life, and so that your child can be a contributing member of society. You are not a failure in what you're doing. You just don't have the support that you need to be the better parent that you think you need to be, but you're doing the best that you can. And so I think as an advocate for change, that's what I want to see. I want to see the resources being put in place. I want parent choice to be that, a parent's choice. I don't want you to have to be a narrow field where you just only have these 2 options. There should be a plethora where they'll learn in kindergarten, a plethora of places that you can go and choices that you can make. If you want to keep your child at home and teach your child at home, that's fine. There should be resources that are available to you to be able to do that. If you want your child in a private school, that's fine. Those resources should be there to help you support that, right? If you want public school education for your child, the support should be there for that to happen, right? So everything that parents need to raise children, and not just parents, grandparents, foster parents, anybody who's raising young children should have the support that they need to do that. And so that's what I'm passionate about.
The passion that I have in doing this work actually started many years ago. I started teaching part-time, even though I had already a career. What became my passion afterwards is that the fact that I would have students come through my class, and I couldn't understand why there were students that, that were having trouble, but were not getting the help that they required or needed. And I tried to do my best to help them, and I thought, how in the world did this child fall through the cracks? There has to be a better system to not let children, experience the low self-esteem, the feeling of I don't belong, the feeling of I don't understand, no one understands me, and I can't do this. I have been very blessed in the sense that I've been given the opportunity to work for many schools, private, public, and also other nonprofit organizations. They have been the stepping stone for me to get to CCRC. And I am so grateful for all of them because they all opened my eyes to the reality of what education still has and needs for the community and also for the families and the children. And as Ramona pointed out, this is not just based on those that have families. It doesn't mean that just because children are not getting the education out there, it's not going to affect us. It does in a very, very hard way. I mean, if we're going to think economics, right? If we don't give children a good start, they're going to be our future. What kind of future is our community going to have? Our state? And we're going to extend it to the United States. If they don't have the proper beginning of education. So as you can see, my passion is children, but I have also become an advocate in the same thought that education should start at a very early stage. And I'm speaking of all children. They all need the support at every different areas and aspects of their life. But of course, where does it start? It starts early. And that's why I'm passionate about the work that we do here at Child Care Resource Center.
So a memory that reaffirms my passion for being in this field would be every single moment that a child is able to reach a developmental milestone, and every single moment that a parent or caregiver or teacher is able to witness when a child reaches that milestone, and it also encourages them to continue to do more and keep learning and are ready for kindergarten and the world beyond.
I think for me, a memorable moment within the last year has been working with another organization that we normally would not collaborate with very closely, and meeting and discussing things and collaborating, and at the end coming forth in an event that benefited the community. And that to me was a wonderful thing to do. They stepped up.
A memorable moment for me, well, there's many, where I think more than anything is making a difference in families, child providers, but also becoming an advocacy for our community and our families. I have enjoyed watching how each of us in our organization have grown, and also when we participate with others, how we have helped in many ways that need to be worked on when it comes to early child care. Working here at CCRC has opened up a lot of avenues. We have a great support system, starting at the top with our executive director, Ms. Katara Jackson, Gina Puckett, our program director manager. They are the support system that have helped, I see it, have helped us here with not only me but our colleagues to be able to explore in different avenues and ways and manners that we could help families. As far as my growth, I've grown a lot from the time that I have started, and it's been a short time here for me. I think I'm the one that's the one with the least years and months, but in such short time I can see a difference between the time that I came into CCRC to now, how I've been able to even grow and expand the knowledge about the things that are going on here in my own community, but also how to, there's a lot of work to be done when it comes to early child care.
Coming to CCRC, I have realized and learned that there's so many different aspects to early childhood, and then all of these different like pieces that we do have a direct effect on children and families, and just understanding and respecting the work that are being done by the women that work for our organization, and how that is individual work, but then it's part of a larger piece, and that piece helps to create the CCRC and then just a positive work in early childhood.
Being at Child Care Resource Center has given me so many opportunities to spread joy, love, my passion for children, as well as just giving me the opportunity to explore different aspects of myself. Gina Puckett and Couture, our executive directors, have given me the opportunity to be a licensed kinder music educator, as well as putting me in uncomfortable positions that will make me better and able to teach those around me, and being awesome champions for children.
Programs are geared towards families for early education for children from 0 to 5 years old. The intent is to be able to support the community in their needs for early child care. And also we collaborate with other organizations to advocate for the families for systems change, for certain laws that prohibit families to care for a certain amount of children.
Child Care Resource Center can benefit a lot of different organizations by being in the community, able to provide resources for families to feel comfortable with sending their children to quality child care providers, and also feeling comfortable with going back to work. Our programs as a parent specialist are intended for every parent in the 9 counties that we serve. Whether they are low income, middle income, or high income, we are here to help every family. Kinder Music and Kaleidoscope are geared towards a specific grant through the Kate B. Reynolds Charitable Trust. So those programs are geared specifically right now for low-income families in a certain demographic in a certain neighborhood that are that would not have access to the programs, whether it not being there. So right now our target focus is looking at those low-income families and providing them with this resource that will foster brain development for those family-friendly and neighbor care providers who are in family friendly neighbor care is non-traditional child care of unlicensed providers of 2 or more children who are not related in the home.
CCRC is a connector for other organizations that are doing work around early childhood, and then businesses in the community, because we do have a business outreach, and so expanding that so that business leaders understand that if you have, suitable child care for your employees, they'll come to work because they feel the child is someplace safe, and therefore they will turn up to work, so that absenteeism goes down and production goes up, right? And so spending more time in the business community, allowing us to come in, share what we do with them as well. Our politicians, both locally and on the state level, which Katura Jackson is heavily involved in that work, allowing us to come in and share with them our position as to why it's going to be important for them to release funds to support early childhood, how to be able to allow the wages of the women that work as providers in the field to be equal to what the market rate is. So the $5 we spend for milk is now she can now afford to pay for the milk and she'll still have money left over. And providing benefits, health benefits for the women that work in early childhood. So I think that that's how the community will benefit from having CCRC.
And to add to that question, I'd like to say that, we may not be way up at the front, but CCRC is always working in the background. And the thing about CCRC is that we don't just have these programs, Kaleidoscope, Kinder Music, Room. We also have parent specialists. We have other colleagues that work in other parts of the field of early education to assist. So we have other resources as well. We are advocates in the sense of the systems change. We partner with other organizations to do outreach to the community, to support the community, support other partners that are also reaching out for the early education and the families. So, what is CCRC? CCRC is here for the community, here to be able to provide all these resources that are, geared for the family, for early education.
I wish more people in our community knew that Child Care Resource Center has a group of women who are amazing at what they do and have a broad perspective on how to foster and develop every aspect of child care, from the parent to social behaviors to the infants and toddlers to right there with the providers.
And I'm going to go with what she said because that was perfect.
I agree. I would say second the motion, but I go third. The other thing that I want to add to that is I wish people would see the work that is being done. It's not just the pretty picture, this is what we got. It's the hard work that comes with it, but also the passion that all of our colleagues, everyone that works for the organization at CCRC comes with their passion, their talents, and their expertise.
If you are looking for more information about Child Care Resource Center, you could always give us a call. Our phone number is 336-245-4900, or you can visit one of our many social media platforms, which is on Instagram, Facebook, and I believe we're on Twitter as well. And you can also go to our website, which is www.childcareresourcecenter.org.
So the work that we do is to help families who have very young children diversify. CCRC has been around for more than 30 years. We used to be called Work Family Resource Center, but we work in 9 counties, we're Region 10. But we've always had women in the field who support other families and other women who are doing work to take care of young children here. So I love being here because it allows us to be supportive of families who have young children, be supportive of families who aren't necessarily low income. A lot of people think because you work for a nonprofit, you only work with low income families. And Natasha can attest to that because a lot of the families that she helps through as a parent specialist are not low income, right? And the families that Elena and I work with in Kinder Music and Kaleidoscope are not necessarily low income families. There are families who have young children and still need supports and need a place to connect with people. So that's what we want to try to get that word out. Would you agree with that?
I do agree,
Absolutely.
yes. We get to bring the community together, and also being out in the community, working with different agencies and different partnerships that we have fostered throughout the years. We get to bring a voice to those providers as well as those mothers that are looking for quality care, and also just how they can bond and have a relationship with their children.
That's why it's so important for us to be a representation of CCRC. We attend a lot of partnership advocacies to find out what the community is in need of, but also so that we can also bring that back to our CCRC and share with our colleagues and be able to bring the resources that are needed in the community and how we can expand on them. So that is one thing that, as you can see, we're all passionate about.